Students will ask me all the time, Ty, what's a good job? Ty, can you hook me up with a good employer? Ty, I want that good job. And who doesn't want a good job, right? I mean, everybody wants a good job. The truth is there's not a good or bad job in HVAC. However, there is definitely, without a doubt, a good or bad job for you. You're going to be the deciding factor in that. You have to decide for yourself what is a good job or a bad job. For example, I've had an employer sent several students go over to that employer to work. Some of those students come back, Ty, this is the worst job ever. Don't send anybody there. I hated working there. It was a horrible job. Didn't like the people they worked with, didn't like what they were doing, didn't like how the company operated. They didn't like anything about the job and quit as soon as they possibly could, got another job someplace else. On the other hand, at that same exact employer, students even from the same class go to that job and they loved it. They've been there for years. They tell me, Ty, this is the absolute best job I've ever had. Send everybody here. What's the difference between those two? The student, the personality of the employee, what they like. And there's an endless different options of what people like versus what people don't like. I mean, there's tons of opportunities versus commercial, residential, installation, service, maintenance. The list goes on and on and on. Plus also the personality of the people you work with. Some people like the joking. Some people like the vulgarity and the rough and toughness, and that's great. I mean, you really should have that anyways, but people like that. Other people like the professional side. They want to be the professional in. They don't like those kind of joking around. They don't like that kind of stuff. Big differences. Also how companies work. Some companies are very interpersonal. They're huge companies. They're big corporations, and they have people going in, do the work, and you don't really socialize. Other companies are nice and small mom and pop shops. You know everybody. You're working with everybody. You have those close connections, and you're doing everything. So there's tons of differences. Some are very structured. Some are very free. And I could just go on and on for hours about all the possible differences and still not cover everything. The point is that you need to get started somewhere. See what it is that you like. Maybe you like the installation side. Even if you don't like the installation side, that experience of installation is so very valuable. I'm not a big fan of doing installations, but when I do them, I make sure I'm doing them best of my ability. And I learned a lot by starting out doing installations. It helped me with the service side. It helped me with other projects and jobs that I've done. So what you're doing right now, you may not like it, but at least learn everything you can. Practice being the best at it, making sure you can do it the best as anybody else. And then you can start planning your next move. And that next move should really be with the employer. Sir, ma'am, I'm really not enjoying this position. I'm not enjoying the people I'm working with. Whatever it is, give them the option to be able to fix that. And maybe they're like, hey, this is the way we do things. And that's fine. That's their company. They don't have to change anything. But you can also use that time to plan your exit, to plan what you want next. And that's important. Don't get mad and quit. Plan your exit, give your notice, and then you can move on. Now you have a better idea what you like and don't like. So at the next interview process, now you can communicate these things better. You know exactly what you're going to be looking for. You know better questions to ask about what you specifically want. And also, you're going to have that experience. So you're going to have a much higher success of landing that first job because you have some experience. Typically, I like to say spend at least 1 year before you change jobs. But if you have a job that you absolutely just cannot stand, don't stay. Don't be miserable at it, but still give your 2 weeks notice. Leave on good terms. Even if they're ripping you off, leave on good terms. I've had students before that had multiple different jobs and they realized, you know what, that first job that I had was actually my favorite jobs. After they've tried multiple things, they realized that first job was what they wanted. The other thing people say, hey, life is better over here. Oh, you need to be doing this kind of work. Now that may be right for them, but it doesn't mean it's going to be right for you. So when somebody says, oh, you got to do this kind of work, doesn't mean it's right for you, or maybe not right for you right now at this moment in your life. I've worked for multiple jobs in multiple different states across this country. And some of these jobs were definitely the right job at the right time. And some of these jobs were great jobs, but they weren't right for me at that time of my life. There's so many things, but the great thing is this job is so big. This career is so big. You're unlimited. You're only limited by yourself. The catch is you got to get started. One of the mistakes I see students make is they wait before they get the job. They want to wait till they graduate. They want to wait till they fully understand it. You're never going to be fully ready for this job. You got to get started. You got to go out there. You're going to make mistakes. It's okay. We learn from mistakes, but you have to get started. I've seen students in a 2-year program, they wait for the full 2 years before they graduate. In 2 years, do you remember everything that happened in that very first class? Remember everything from the electrical class? No, you need to be applying that now. So you go get that job and get applying it. Even in schools that were 9 months long, they don't remember what happened in the very first class. There was 1,000 things that happened, all these different topics. The idea is if you're in school, go and get a job and start learning. So you're applying these skills while you're learning them. Even the short classes, we had one school that was less than a month long. And even at that, they couldn't remember what they happened at the very first of that class. So get a job in the field as soon as possible. Get that vocabulary down, get a job as soon as possible. And now you're learning. If you didn't go to school, that's okay. That's fine, but you still need to be having a method of learning. There's online apprenticeship programs out there that can help you with that. There's online study courses. There's podcasts. There's tons of videos. The key is that you need to continuously be learning. And don't question your lead. Whoever you're working with, people don't like to be wrong. So if I say something different than what your lead's doing, or somebody else says something different what your lead's doing, don't corner them. Don't say, hey, Ty said you did that wrong. Don't do that at all. The thing is, be noticing how they're doing it, noticing also the theory side of it, and eventually you're going to be making your own way. The idea is you want to be striving to do the best, not trying to police the entire world, but striving to do the best. Here's the thing. You have a job that you don't like. You're not really enjoying that job, but now you have experience and you know what you're looking for. So you go for that next job, and now you're ready to land that next job, and now you're going to be more satisfied at that job. Also, as you grow, and as you have more skills, you find out you want to do more things, and that leads you into the next position. Maybe inside the company, maybe that's a position at another company. But the thing is, you're continuously growing. You're learning more things. You're able to do and accomplish more things. And that's what's important. We want you to be successful, so you to keep trying things. I hope that you are teaching me things. I want you to learn stuff so we can have conversations. I have students right now that are sending me pictures of some new equipment that I've never even heard of before, and they're sending me videos and pictures of it. I love that. They've exceeded beyond my abilities and knowledge, and that's what I want. I want you to exceed far beyond where I'm at. I want you to be the pro, the master of your trade, what you're doing. And that's going to become with patience, come with time, and big thing is that drive to never stop learning, that drive to be the best at whatever you're doing, being the best at it. And right now, maybe that's being a helper, maybe that's handing tools, maybe that's sweeping the floor, delivering tools, whatever that is, be the best at it and never stop learning.